What's the word with it, man? Hey, man, it's your boy Montana, man. Hey, man, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so y'all can know when I'm posting or get notified when I post. And it's just a little story time, man. So I'm going to tell y'all a little story about myself, how I grew up, where I grew up, what I've been through in my life, and how I got to the point I'm at now type shit. So anyway, and I'm going to try to make this short as possible. But anyway, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I'm from the south side of St. Louis, Missouri, born and raised. I grew up in the trenches just like everybody else. Mama had 4 kids, independent, single mom, had 4 kids. She did a wonderful job. I went to a lot of bad schools growing up, due to me living in the trenches. You feel what I'm saying? And it was hard. It was hard because, I was light skinned, I was young, I had long hair, I was around all niggas and all hating ass niggas and shit like that. And the females, they loved me when I was young, you know what I'm saying? So that made niggas mad. I had to learn how to fight when I got in middle school, you know what I'm saying? Because when I was in elementary school, I ain't have problems for real. But when I got to like middle school and was finna go to high school, that's when I had problems, man. So, I had to learn how to fight, protect myself, man. And I ain't even know that I could fight until I got to middle school. I ain't gonna even fake it, you feel me? Because niggas was trying me, so I had to protect myself. But yeah, man, I ain't know I could bang until I got to middle school, which is crazy. But anyway, yeah, man, so I went to middle school, in the trenches. I went to high school in the trenches, and boom, I done hopped in the streets. Feel what I'm saying? I done hopped in the streets of St. Louis, Southside St. Louis, you know what I'm saying? Being around people, that I knew that was in gangs and stuff like that, because, I really felt like, like where I used to stay and where I used to live, like you need protection, or you need to, but my protection really became my friends type shit. You feel what I'm saying? So, but my friends was actually in the streets. They was actually in the streets. I'm talking about gangsters. You feel what I'm saying? To this day. You know what I'm saying? So, hopped in the streets, met a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? I met one of my best friends, man. His name Jay Ross. You know what I'm saying? I met him on the south side. Jay Ross taught me everything. I'm talking about, he taught me everything, man. He taught me how to survive, man. He taught me how to hustle. He taught me how to trap. He taught me how to fight. And he was one of them niggas that on the south side that was one of them niggas, man. Like didn't nobody want to fight him. Did nobody want to nothing. He was a hustler, getting money, and he can rap hella good. He was a rapper. You feel what I'm saying? And he could have made it if, the situation that I'm going to get into a little more never happened. But yeah, man, when I met Ross, man, he showed me the routes. He showed me the ropes, man, on how to survive at a young age. I met Ross when I was like 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? And they became like my brother to the point where he became my blood brother. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, man, he taught me how to hustle, get money, man. My mama stopped taking care of me at a certain age, but she did the best that she could, but she knew that I was hopping in the streets. She knew I was getting in the streets. She knew I was getting into bad things, but I never ever got into nothing really bad to the point where I had to like go to jail for a long time, or I had to, hurt somebody or murder somebody or some stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I was really the one that, if I gotta do it, I'm gonna do it. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like I'm not finna go do it. You feel what I'm saying? Because I done seen people that did it and it wasn't a good outcome. But I'm like, man, if I gotta do it, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it no matter what the outcome is. So yeah, I met Ross, man. He just taught me the ropes around the south side, man. How to hustle, how to jug, how to, survive. You feel me? How to get this money, how to get to it. And he used to be a rapper, so he taught me how to rap, all that, how to stay on beat, how to do everything, you know what I'm saying? And, I knew him for probably like a good 7 years. So I'm gonna fast forward to 7 years because I can't remember everything that happened in that 7 years before. So 7 years past, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, man, I turned 22, man. I was in the streets even worse than I even thought I was, running from the police, doing all this bad shit, man, beating niggas ass, toting guns, toting pistols, man, outside, man. Then I used to be a rapper too. I was rapping and shit in St. Louis when I was younger, doing music videos in the hood, you know what I'm saying? All type of shit like that, man. But that was when I was younger though. But yeah, I didn't came a long way, you know what I'm saying, because I had started doing drugs. Yeah. I had started doing drugs. And it's hard for me to talk about it, but I'm not ashamed, and I'm not really, I don't really care, because it don't make who I am now. You know what I'm saying? It don't judge the person that I am now and the person that I became. But yeah, man, I had got on drugs. What's crazy was, and it wasn't no hard drugs. It was like Percocet pills and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Percocet pills, weed. I wasn't a drinker, but it was like Percocet pills and weed and shit like that. So anyway, how I got on Percocet pills, I was in high school. I was going to Normandy Middle. It's closed down right now. This was years ago. Man. This one 3, 4, 5 years ago. This was years ago. I'm talking about probably like 20 years ago. For real. I'm 31. So it was like 20 years ago. Had to be. I was a little nigga. I don't know how old I was, but I was a YN at the time. But I was going to Normandy Middle, man. This dude got mad because his girlfriend liked me and he wanted to fight. I remember it like yesterday though, because it was like an hour before gym time, before the gym period started. So he wanted to fight, man. I come into school, and all I heard everybody saying like, "Oh, somebody finna fight." Whole time I'm trying to see who finna fight my damn self. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm walking into school, and all I heard is, man, they finna bang. Dude talking about he finna fight somebody soon they come into school. So I come into school. I goes upstairs because everybody running upstairs to see dude finna fight. They didn't form a big ass circle. You know what I'm saying? They done formed a big ass circle. Be brief with me, because I'm trying to remember this, and because this was years ago. But they formed a big ass circle, man. And I go to the circle in the center to see who's gonna fight. Whole time is me. Crazy work. It's me. So dude wanna fight me over a female, man. We fighting and shit like that, man. We banging or whatever. I'm not finna seem like no bitch in front of everybody. So I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? I probably wasn't thinking like that now. But when I was young, I was like, man, alright, because I ain't want to sing soft. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, shit, fuck it, I'm finna bang with him. You know what I'm saying? So we fighting and shit, we banging and shit. Next thing you know, man, I hit my knuckle on the locker. I don't know how I did. I don't know how I swung, but I hit my knuckle on the locker, and I was done after that. I'm like, man, I'm cool. I'm good. I'm straight. You feel me? I go to gym class. I sit down. The PE teacher like choosing people to play basketball, because that's how we did our warm up in gym. The PE teacher was choosing people to play basketball with each other or whatever. So when he was choosing everybody, he chose me. I got up. Nigga threw the ball at me, like pass me the ball type shit. And when I try to catch it, I'm like, damn, like my finger, I ain't know my finger was broke. I ain't know like my knuckle was like right here was like pushed in. You still can see it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know it was pushed in, and my pinky finger was like hanging a little bit. So I'm like, damn, I looked at it and I'm shocked. I'm like, damn, my finger broke. Woo woo, but I couldn't feel it because, I think because of adrenaline or whatever, but I couldn't feel it or whatever. And I was in middle school, you know what I'm saying? So my mom came up there, we ain't had no car around the time. So we got on the Metro Link, she took me to the hospital. They boom, popped it back in place, in the story of that. Not in the story, but in the story of the first time I broke it. So a couple of years go by again, you know what I'm saying? I'm in high school. I'm fighting again. This knuckle was weak as hell. You know what I'm saying? I'm fighting again. I break it again. You know what I'm saying? This time I'm breaking niggas' jaws, though. I'm getting older and older, so I'm breaking niggas' jaws. Like, I'm literally putting niggas on their back pockets now. I know how to fight. I know the routes of fighting. I know everything about fighting because I had to do it for so many years. Like, I'm knocking niggas out on the street, in school, all type of shit, all year till I'm like 19, 20, knocking niggas out on bro. So I'm gonna fast forward because I broke it 3 times. So I'm gonna fast forward to the 3rd time I broke it. So, I'm like 21, 22. I break it again on the refrigerator. No, I break it again because I got into it with my baby mama, and, I needed to punch something, and I couldn't punch her. You know what I'm saying? So I hit the cabinet, man, and I broke it to the point where this is the third time me breaking it, and I had to get surgery. So when I had got surgery, it was never right after that. Always had pain when it rained, all type of shit when it snowed. I'm talking about this motherfucker throbbing. You know what I'm saying? So I go to the hospital. I get a primary doctor, and I tell them, like, yeah, man, because they had to put pins in my shit. I had to wear a cast for like 6 months, and after I got surgery, they put pins in it. I had 2 pins sticking out. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's like 2 dots right here. I had 2 pins sticking out. They was going in my knuckle crossed or whatever. And then I had like 2 yellow balls sticking out right here, so I couldn't move my hand. So my shit was like this. Hold on. My shit was like this for like 6 months, half a year. Couldn't move my shit because of the pins in. So they finally took the pins out. But once they took them pins out, my shit started throbbing so bad, like hurting. I couldn't sleep at night. So they prescribed me with Percocet pills. I did not know. I knew what Percocet pills were. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't doing them or nothing like that. Like I said, my big brother J. Ross used to do them and shit like that. So that's how I knew about them. I ain't gonna say I didn't know what they was. That's how I knew about them. But I wasn't doing them at the time. I was just smoking weed. So I'm like, shit, the doctor prescribed it to me. I'm not knowing that they opioids or whatever you call them. I'm not knowing that they bad for you. I'm not knowing that you can get addicted to them. I just want this pain to fucking go away. You know what I'm saying? So, I got prescribed with Percocet pills and shit like that. And the doctor was giving them to me probably like every month type shit, man. To the point where I kept taking them because that pain, they only, they get you right for a minute. You be, get it right, make it feel better for a minute, but it comes right back. So next thing you know, you taking them again. When you run out, you go get a refill. So I end up getting addicted to them. You know what I'm saying? I end up getting addicted to them. And then, I found out there was money in it, so I started selling them. My brother, all type of shit. And this how I knew that it was getting bad because, everybody, I started realizing that everybody was on them. You know what I'm saying? I started realizing everybody was on them, to the point where they was making fake lean with them, crushing down, putting them in the NyQuil and all that shit, and I knew it was bad when my brother Ross got into it with one of his best friends about Percocet pills, and they had fought all type of shit. And I don't know if that's the reason, he not here with us no more or something like that, but I don't know what really happened with that situation. You know what I'm saying? But that's when I knew that they was like real bad, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I kept doing them to the point where I got addicted to them, to the point where I'm riding around looking for them. You know what I'm saying? And then the sad part was, like, I always had money. I wasn't no junkie or nothing. I always was a fresh ass nigga, getting money ass nigga. So the sad part was, I had the money for them every day. And the other sad part was when you can't find them motherfuckers because you bought them all. You know what I'm saying? So either you got to get them from the pharmacy, find a grandma with a script, or you know what I'm saying, you got to get them how you can get them type shit, but you got to make sure they was real. But I ain't gonna fake it. We was getting them from people that we knew that they was real. So, always check, but we never really had to check because, I knew that I was getting them actually from the pharmacy. I was taking grandmothers and stuff up to the pharmacy getting them motherfuckers. So I knew that they was real. Never had a problem with fake ones. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I was just on them motherfuckers real bad. I'm talking about every day, in and out. You know what I'm saying? Not focusing. I was getting money, doing perks in the streets. Getting money, doing perks in the streets. Getting money, doing perks in the streets. Smoking from just doing them, just going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Not worried about. I end up having kids. You feel me? I end up having 2 daughters. You feel what I'm saying? But I was just still in the streets, man, just still doing them, just still going crazy, just still spending money on them, making money just to buy them, smoking weed in the streets with my partners, sipping, hanging out, gang banging, all type of shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of put me in a situation where like I didn't care about anything else. You know what I'm saying? I didn't care about anything else but getting fried. Like I didn't care about anything else but getting high. You know what I'm saying? So you know, one day, one day, damn, my friend say. So look, one day I couldn't find them motherfuckers. You feel what I'm saying? I couldn't find them. This is probably like 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm actually, you know, clean. Nah, I ain't gonna say clean cause I ain't no fucking junkie. But you know what I'm saying? I ain't did them in 4 years. Like I beat the odds. You know what I'm saying? Without really help, without having to go to rehab, all that shit. But anyway, one day I couldn't find them or whatnot. And you know, me trusting who I trust, and you can't put your trust in everybody. I had came across some fentanyl pills, but I didn't know that they was fentanyl pills because around this time that you didn't know that they was fake 30s because I used to know people that had the real joints. You know what I'm saying? But obviously these was fake. Um, I was doing the fake 30s for like fake fentanyl pills for like like a month and did not know that they were fake. You know what I'm saying? I hit one of my partners up, you know what I'm saying? And my partner didn't know. I don't know. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I don't know. Niggas will tell you like, oh well, I ain't know woo when you finna get on their ass, but you know what I'm saying? I hit one of my partners up. I'm like, man, what the joint said? He recommended me to a dude, this dude, you know, got him from him, you know what I'm saying? Was taking a motherfucker sip and feeling normal, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but then one time I had got one and I just started feeling like real bad type shit, like too high, like too fried, like to the point where I'm like, man, hell no. Nah. And then like it go away so quick. You feel me? So you steady doing them. It go away so quick, you steady doing them. So I'm like, nah, something told me like, nah, this ain't what you normally be doing type shit. You feel what I'm saying? So I had end up stopped doing them. I had just stopped doing them period for like 2 or 3 days, and I felt so fucking sick. I felt so sick. I felt weak as a motherfucker. Like I couldn't even stand up. I had to go to my mom's house because like I just couldn't like really like stand up on my own. I couldn't really like do nothing because, you know, I couldn't even take no more because I was getting sick and throwing up and shit like that. So my mom had took me to the hospital. You know, they told me that I had fentanyl in my system. And I didn't know that I had fentanyl in my system. I thought I was just taking regular perks. I just thought I was taking regular perks. You know what I'm saying? When they told me that, it kind of woke me up. But I was feeling so sick. I was feeling so weak to the point where my BM would come up to the hospital and she'd sit up there with me. And goddamn me, she'll be hungry, so she'll be like, let's go to the food court. Like she want to go to the food court. You know, I'm like, I'm finna get up and go with you. So I get up and I just feel so weak to the point where I cannot walk. Like I couldn't walk at all. Like nigga, I couldn't even step, but I still went with her, you know what I'm saying? And I was like hunched over like an old man because I had no energy like to raise myself up. And I'm like, man, what the fuck did I get myself into? You feel what I'm saying? I couldn't spend time with my kids. You know, I couldn't do nothing. They was asking where I was at because, you know, I'm fucked up. You know what I'm saying? You know, down bad. You feel what I'm saying? And it was hard to get off of them. So what I did was after came out the hospital, you know, I was off of them for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? I end up relapsing. I end up going back to regular Percocets, like regular Percocets after a while. And that kind of made me sick because I still had, you know, fentanyl in my system. You know, so I went back to, you know, regular perks and I'm like, man, I can't do this shit no more. I'm getting sicker and sicker, losing weight. Man, I waited like 117. I'm like 150 right now, like 154 right now. I waited like 117 around that time. Like I was getting little as fuck. You feel what I'm saying? So I start realizing like, man, I can't spend time with my kids, man, unless I'm high, cause being fried, you high, so you doing whatever, you know what I'm saying? You got the energy, but when you ain't got them, it's like you can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I was missing spending time with my kids, watching them grow for the past year or two. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this was like 5-6 years ago. This was like 5 years ago type shit. You feel what I'm saying? So, can't, spend time with them, watch them grow, being irritated, cause I had went through like the withdrawals. So I told myself, I said, man, I don't wanna do this no more. Like, I don't wanna be like this no more. Like, I don't give a fuck how cool I think it is, or I'm not finna bash myself or nothing like that, but I'm like, man, I got to get off this shit. I didn't want to go to no rehab. I didn't want to take no medication because I didn't want to need it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to need the medication. So I'm like, I'm not taking no medication. I'm not doing nothing, going to rehab. I'm gonna stay my ass at home and I'm gonna get through it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't easy. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't how I thought it was gonna be. It was not easy at all. I went straight cold turkey. My brother used to tell me like, bro, you need to stop getting so high. You need to stop doing that shit, bro. You need to stop, doing it. And I wasn't listening, to the point where, I was just real sick from it. So when I looked myself in the mirror one day and I'm like, man, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot, bro. I just can't really, think about it like that, but it's just a lot. So I'm just trying to get y'all what I can think about it because it's been like 4 years. You know what I'm saying? So I look myself in the mirror and I'm like, man, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not gonna, lose myself. I'm not gonna, die. I'm not gonna, leave this earth on my kids. They're selfish. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm gonna do everything I can to get out of this situation I'm in. I wasn't thinking about nobody or nothing else but getting myself right. And I had a regular job. I had a full-time job too. And I couldn't lose my job. I couldn't lose my job. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's all I had. But I was a hustler too in the streets. But I never liked really being in the streets after a while. I always like being in somebody's facility than being on the streets hustling. You know what I'm saying? Getting in trouble on the streets. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go through all this while working a 9 to 5 and didn't nobody know. You know what I'm saying? Did nobody know that I was going through these situations? I was going through these feelings. I was going through withdrawals. I was sweating. I was doing all, you know what I'm saying? I was just going through a lot. I went cold turkey to the point where I couldn't sleep. I had insomnia. I don't know if that's what it's called. Insomnia. That's when you can't sleep. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't sleep, and then when I did get some sleep, it was only for like 10 minutes. But when I wake up, I'm drenched, like drenched in sweat. You feel what I'm saying? Throwing up, feeling sick. But I'm waking up like this. So one day I was just at my mom's crib, and I was real hot. I opened up the door. Just to get some air, and it was probably like 6 in the morning. No, it was probably like 4 or 5 in the morning. I just couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep for probably like 2 months straight. I swear to God. Only time I could sleep is when I made myself sleep. You feel me? When I made myself sleep. But like a regular person no more, I couldn't just lay down and go to sleep or fall asleep. You know what I'm saying? Because I was too busy. I was so sick. You know what I'm saying? This shit was kind of messing me up inside. And I didn't know how bad it was messing me up until I felt it. You know what I'm saying? So it made me hate it. It made me hate myself. It made me be like, man, why the fuck did I didn't listen to my parents? But they always say don't do drugs. You feel me? But I'm like, damn, I didn't know that this shit was going to make me feel like this. I didn't know that this shit was going to create this shit that I can't control. You feel what I'm saying? So the next morning or the next day, I'm still all throughout the day, 24 hours straight, I'm going through this shit. I end up going into like a panic mode because I just couldn't. I don't know. I just couldn't take it. The withdrawals and the feeling of being like that. You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't take it, man. So my mom took me to the hospital again. When I say the shit not funny, bro, it'll fuck you up. Drugs will fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? That fentanyl shit'll fuck you up. You feel me? Like it felt like 1,000 spiders was crawling in my body, like they hatched. You feel me? Like they hatched in my body, bro. That's how bad that feeling is. That anxious feeling is. Like you need it to make you not feel like that. So I'm in the hospital, just like can't sit down, can't move. My mom just looking. She's so disappointed, bro. She's so disappointed in me because she used to tell me how my uncles and stuff did drugs when they was young and shit like that, and she never thought that it'd do this to me. But I never thought that it'd do it to me either because I wasn't really listening, and Percocets really didn't make me feel like that. It just made me probably upset or a little anxious when I didn't get them. But when I got laced with fentanyl, that was a whole different rodeo. That was a whole different thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in the hospital. My mom, I can't sit down. I'm sweating. You know what I'm saying? I'm, telling her like I need it. Like I need it. Like I don't want to feel like this, man. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't want to feel like this. And I just could sit in my mama face and my mama eyes and her heart that she was hurt. She was hurt, but she never gave up on me. That woman never gave up on me. You feel me? She never gave up on me. You know, I ain't gonna lie. I couldn't handle it. You feel me? I couldn't handle it at the point where I got diagnosed with anxiety real bad. You know what I'm saying? I had got diagnosed with anxiety. They're trying to give me medication for that. I'm telling them I don't want to take no medicine, bro. I don't want to take nothing in pill form. I'm so fucked up the way it did me to the point where I don't want to put no medication in my body. Nothing. I'm going to go cold turkey. I'm going to thug it out. I'm a soldier. I'm going to go cold turkey as long as it take. You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't, but I couldn't take it. But I knew I had to. I just kept thinking about my kids. I kept thinking about, if I wanted to be here still. You feel what I'm saying? I kept thinking about, I just kept thinking about a lot. You feel me? Like, I just kept thinking about a lot. This is what I want my life to be. And don't nobody know about this. This is my first time actually speaking on it. You know what I'm saying? This is my first time speaking on it. And I just didn't want to go through the situation. You feel me? I didn't want to become a junkie. I didn't want to become a person who needed it. A person that wanted it. A person that couldn't live without it. I didn't want to hurt my kids. I ain't want to, I wanted to be in my kids' life. I didn't want my kids to grow up and look at me like, this my daddy. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how bad it was, man. You know what I'm saying? And, man, I'm straight. This shit straight making me cry, cuz. Like, I ain't gonna leave fake it. This shit straight making me cry because it was a lot on me. A lot of things running through my head, a lot of things running through my head, about this shit. And all I kept thinking about was my children. My baby mama was trying to help me. My kid's mother was trying to help me, telling me, hey, Rico or Montana, they call me Rico or Montana, you got to stop doing it. And I never listened. See, the thing about it was the first thing that you got to tell yourself is that you got a problem. That's the first thing you got to tell yourself, that you got a problem. That's the first step to soberness. That's the first step to getting through this, is to tell yourself like you got a problem. And I never want to think that I had a problem because, like I said, I was never a junkie. I was always fresh. I was getting money. I had the money to buy it. So I'm like, shit, I'm not a junkie if I'm not, I'm not a geek if, I can afford it. You know what I'm saying? But they basically was telling me like, cause you can afford it don't mean you not a geek. You just can afford it and you just messing your body up even more. You just doing it even more because you can have it and you can afford it and you got the money for it. So my baby mom, my kid's mother tell me all the time, Rico, you need to stop. You need to stop. You know, it be times where I'm around her and she take pictures of me and I'm leaning. I'm all like this and shit. I'm asleep. I'm hitting the wood and shit and fall like, you know what I'm saying? When I look back into that shit, I be so embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't care. So, because the first thing I didn't want to tell myself was I had a problem. I had to tell myself I had a problem. And that was the only way that I was going to get through the darkness and the situation that I was in if I told myself I had a problem. So I prayed to God and I told God, I said, God, if you get me out of this situation, I will never, ever, ever, ever do this shit again. Never. If you get me out of this situation, because I had some times where I could have, some could have seriously happened to me for me being careless. You feel me? Going around my mom and them, they just looking at me like, man, this nigga hostile. Like, no, bro, it was embarrassing. Now that I look at it and now that I came so far, I'm embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed, but I was embarrassed at the time. You feel what I'm saying? I was embarrassed at the time. So like I said, I had to tell myself like, man, I got a problem. I need to stop this. I need to be there for my kids, man. I need to do better. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do everything that I wanted to do growing up. I couldn't because I was too busy in the streets and doing drugs, doing perks, smoking weed. I didn't pass up a lot of opportunities, a lot of things. I couldn't even think about a lot of things that I wanted to do. I wanted to go to college, couldn't even go to college. Wasn't thinking about that because I was too busy in the streets doing me, doing what the fuck I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? You know, I wasted a lot of time. You know, I wasted a lot of time. And I had to realize if I don't stop doing the things that I'm doing, I'm not going to have no time at all. You know, I'm not going to have the time to spend with my kids and do what I want to do. So I had to stop doing. I had to. I didn't want to go to rehab. I didn't want to take medication. I'm going cold turkey. I'm going cold turkey. It took me a whole year. A whole year to feel like a normal person again. You feel me? It took me a whole year to feel like a normal person again. For 10 months straight, I was battling. I was battling each day, every day for 10 months straight. And I was not giving up. I remember one time I went to the hospital and I asked the doctor, I said, Doc, am I ever gonna feel better? And you want to know what he told me? He said, damn, what did he say? Shit, it's been so long, but I still remember it. I want to make sure I'm saying it the correct way. He said, this feeling not gonna last for a long time. I mean, he said the feeling not gonna last. Don't nothing last forever. This is what he said. He said don't nothing last forever, but you need to stop, period. If you stop, you will go back normal. You will feel like a normal human being. Remind you, I was doing this shit for 8 years. So I haven't felt normal. I didn't even know how normal felt. Like to not do anything. No drugs, drink, liquor, smoke, nothing. Just to be living a sober lifestyle, just getting high off life. I didn't know how that felt anymore, so it didn't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? But he told me. He was like, if you stop doing it, you will go back regular. Me not knowing what regular was no more, I just still took his advice. I'm done. So I started my journey. You know, I called my homeboy up too. All this, I hope y'all understand what I'm saying, because it's a lot. But I called my homeboy up and I told him, I said, man, I need help. You know what I'm saying? Because he was trying to get off of him too. You know what I'm saying? We was on the same, matter of fact, around the same time, me and my partner was getting off of him too, because we was just realizing like this ain't what we want no more. This shit is fucking our life up. So he preferred me to this man. I think his name Alex at Jubilee. At the center called Jubilee. I'm like, bro, I ain't trying to go to no rehab center, bro. I ain't no fucking crackhead. But nigga, I'm feeling like one. So I'm gonna take this help. Fuck it. I can't do it on my own, all on my own. I need just a little bit of help. You feel what I'm saying? So he told me about this man. He gave me his number. His name was Alex, man. And I want to thank Alex. You feel me? I want to thank him from the bottom of my heart. Because without him, I wouldn't really be where I'm at right now. You feel what I'm saying? So I went to him. I was nervous talking to him and things like that. He told me about medication. I said, I don't want medication. I don't want nothing. I just want to do it normally. He was like, man, you can't fight this on your own. You know what I'm saying? You getting sicker and sicker trying to fight it on your own. You need a substitute. So he prescribed me with something called Suboxones. So I was taking the Suboxone. They was like little strips you put under your tongue. It's like a substitute to mellow the craving. You know what I'm saying? To like balance the craving out. You know what I'm saying? So I was taking them and I was feeling better. I was feeling real better. But them are I found out that them was opioids too. Whatever the fuck you say that word. I found that them was opioids too. And it get you, and that's the only reason I was feeling better. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't his fault. It is just a process. So I called him and I told him, I said, man, I don't want to take that either. I was taking it for probably like a couple of weeks, feeling better. And I was like, man, I don't want to take that either. So he was like, well, the only way to, get through this if you go cold turkey. You got to fight it on your own. If you don't want no medication, you don't want no help, you got to fight it on your own. So I'm like, you know what? I'm finna Floyd Mayweather this shit. And I came out that building one day. And this building is located on the north side. So it was already junkies and geeks and shit around that motherfucker. You feel me? And this man, I had some, cigarettes or whatever, and I was smoking a cigarette. And this geek came up to me and asked me for a cigarette. And it was a female. You know what I'm saying? And then she was just like, you know what that center is you came out of? I was like, yeah, it's like a rehabilitation center or whatever you call it. She was like, yeah, what are you doing in there? She was like, you a handsome young man. You still look young. And I told her my situation. And she told me everything that she been through, everything that she on now. And she was just explaining it to me like, yeah, this not what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of opened my eyes because she was like, I don't have a way out no more. You do, basically. And that was like, even though she was in a fucked up situation, it was like God speaking to me through her. You know what I'm saying? And just letting me know, like, look at me, but look at you. You still got time to make it. So that even made me more happier. You feel me? That made me more motivated to do what I got to do. I walk in the store. I'm fucked up. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like 117 at the time. Little as hell. This lady, you know what I'm saying? The other lady was like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? She was like, keep your head up, you handsome type shit. You know what I'm saying? Me, I'm not even worried about that, but people just motivated me to do better. So, anyway, fast forward to, he was like, if you want to get better, you got to go cold turkey. You got to fight it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to fight this shit. I'm going to fight it till I can't fight it no motherfucking more. You know what I'm saying? So it got to the point where I didn't even think about it no more. It got to the point where I tried to live a normal life, still hang around my friends. You know what I'm saying? Even though they were still, doing. And it's hard to hang around your friends when they still doing it, but you trying to change. Like, I'm the one who changed. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one who stopped doing it. I'm the one who started looking at it like, man, I started knocking over niggas lean cups and shit. Like, I was getting into it with my people, my partners, when I was getting off that shit. Because I'm like, bro, you gonna end up in a situation I'm in, and I'm not trying to tell y'all what to do, but y'all my partners. I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna let y'all know right from wrong, and I'm not telling all my business to everybody. Motherfuckers steady passing me cups. I don't want that shit. To the point where I gotta leave. I gotta go. I started smoking weed. I was smoking weed since I was 15 years old. I started smoking weed, all that. So fast forward 10 months. Nah, okay, it was like 5 months of me, going into my, sober shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm feeling a little better, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling a little better, you know what I'm saying? But I'm pushing through it. I'm pushing through it still. I'm not thinking about it. I'm spending more time with my kids. I'm walking more. I'm trying to work out a little bit, I'm sweating it out. Still going through it, still going through it. Fast forward to like 10 months. Still going through it. Still feel it, still feel weird, wasn't eating still, you know what I'm saying? Wasn't doing nothing. Fast forward again, probably like a year. I woke up one day, a year of me going through what I went through. And that's the thing. People scared to go through, people that's still on drugs, scared to go through that process because it don't happen overnight. That's why they continuously do it. Because they don't like that feeling. They can't handle it. You know what I'm saying? But I was a soldier, nigga. Like, I was a soldier in battle mode. You know what I'm saying? People they can't stop doing it because they can't defeat it. But anyway, I woke up a year later. I woke up one morning. I not doing it for a whole year, 365 days. When I say I never felt more relief in my life, because I kept doing it. I kept fighting. I kept going. I kept reaching. I kept not thinking about it. I kept, I just kept going, bro. And when I woke up that morning, I felt so good, bro. Like normal. Like normal. Like I had energy. I was gaining my weight back, you know what I'm saying, through the time. I was 117. I hopped on the scale a year later. Cause I'm still going through it, still going through it a whole year, whole 365. So this is a slow ass process. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, boom, I'm 120 now. No, not 120. I'm one. It was going up. I was like 120, 121. It was going up all the way, you know what I'm saying, to, I was like 160 last year. I ain't gonna fake it. I was 160 last year. This is recently. I was 160 last year. I lost that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how I lost that, but yeah. I was 160 last year. I was gaining weight. I was trying to work out and shit like that, doing sit-ups and shit. But anyway, I woke up one morning, man. I just felt so good, bro. I just felt so good and normal. And I didn't smoke for a whole year too. So I didn't do anything. I didn't smoke no weed and I didn't do no perks or anything for a whole year straight. And when I woke up, I felt so wonderful, bro. Like I felt so wonderful. I'm like, damn, I can breathe. It's like a breath of fresh air. You know what I'm saying? Like I took a deep breath and I was like, damn, because like I read that the body heals itself over time. You know what I'm saying? You can break it, just like if you break your arm, it's gonna heal. It's probably not gonna heal how it would, before you broke it, but it's gonna heal. If you get a cut, if you cut yourself, it's gonna close, it's gonna heal. So in the inside, you got an immune system. Your immune system is healing your body. So for a whole year, I was healing myself. I was eating right. I wasn't eating at all for real. I was just eating like vegetables and drinking smoothies and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I was basically cleansing myself. You know what I'm saying? So I woke up and was feeling so good that day. I will still remember it. And from now on, I wake up feeling good. I used to wake up and feel bad as hell. You know what I'm saying? When I say, and like I said, this took time. It took time to get through this. So my first burger and fries that I ate the whole thing. Oh my God. I had my appetite back. I had my energy back. My head wasn't cloudy no more. I just felt so good, bro. I just felt so relieved to the point where I said, man, if I do that shit again, man, I don't know what the fuck. I never ever in my life go back to this shit. I don't even want to smoke weed no more. I don't want to do nothing. I felt so good. I said, I don't want to do anything no more. I don't want to do nothing. I was smoking squares and stuff. That's probably about it, because I need something to cope, you know, me going through this journey. But I told myself, I ain't never ever in my life doing that shit no more. Ever. I will never ever take myself through that. And I fought through it. I made it. I made it. I straight fought through the shit. I did something can't nobody that I know that's geeks and junkies right now. I did something could nobody do. And that was fought that shit on my own, bruh, for a whole year straight. You feel what I'm saying? Next year, still going strong. Next year, still going strong. Next year, still going strong. I defeated that. I am the purpose. You feel me? I defeated them obstacles. So fast forward to right now. It been 4 years and I feel amazing. I'm doing everything that I said I wanted to do. Everything that I thought I wanted to do, I'm doing it. I used to love music. I manage artists right now. You feel what I'm saying? I push artists. I'm in the music business right now. Own clothing brand. I got my own clothing brand now called 2 Trim. Don't do that. Sold out in a week. You feel what I'm saying? I did everything in the past year and a half that I always wanted to do at once in a year and a half. Look, I'm on YouTube with y'all right now. I got my own platform on YouTube, MontanaMedia314. I'm doing everything that I couldn't do because I was basically throwing my life away on something that didn't even matter. This right here matter. I got 3 businesses right now. I defeated every obstacle of that. My mama proud of me. My kids are proud of me. My kids' mother, even though they baby mamas, they're proud of me. And I want to thank them. I want to thank them because even though I was going through certain shit, they never gave up on me. For real, they never gave up on me. You know, of course, I was upset. I was doing this. I was doing that. I was arguing with them. I was doing this, doing that. But they never gave up on me to the point where they said, nigga, you ain't these kids' father no more. And I got 2 baby mamas. You feel what I'm saying? Never to the point where they said, you not these kids' fathers no more. You can't, you don't have the respect from me to be these kids' father. You don't have what it takes no more. You done lost yourself. You know, my second baby mama, she knew I was trying to get off this shit. She helped me. You know what I'm saying? She helped me. She helped me a lot. So I appreciate them. Even though I still go through baby mama and situations and things like that, man, I appreciate them for really never really actually ever really giving up on me. Like, I ain't saying like they fucked with me, but they never like gave up on me, forgot about me, took the kids from me, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? They proud of me right now. Everybody proud of me. My brother. It's been 4 years. And I've been grinding, doing what I love for the past year and a half. My brother, he calls me every day. Montana, I'm proud of you, gang. I can't believe 4 years ago what you was going through. Now you doing what you want to do. You doing your thing. You feel me? My mama, son, I'm so proud of you. She was the main one, bro. Like, she like, son, I'm proud of you. I can't believe you overcame that, bro. And I still kept my normal job. And I'm still at that job to this day. For 4 years. I had got me a car, my own crib. I had got 2 cars, my own crib. Bro, I did everything that I thought I couldn't do in a year and a half. Like, I did everything that kept me from doing it from 8 years. And spend my 8 years, I did it in a year and a half. Everything. Because how normal and how good I felt like I had to do it. Every day was a mission to get what the fuck I wanted that I couldn't get when I was on drugs. And I did it. Look at me now, bro. Look at me now. I got a management company, manage artists, like I said. I got my own brand, 2 Trim Apparel. Shit dropping. It sold out in a week when it dropped. I created this for myself. I haven't popped a Percocet and smoked weed. I haven't smoked weed in 3 years. I haven't did a Percocet or did any drugs in 4 years. I don't do nothing. I am normal. And I thank God for that. I'm normal now. And I thank God. And I really appreciate the man upstairs. I thank God because I never thought that I'd be at this point in my life that I'm in now, that I'm at now. Never ever thought I'd be doing what I'm doing now. Never thought I'd get the appreciation from people and people giving me my props and my flowers while I'm still here. Because I probably wouldn't have been here if I didn't choose a better route. So I'm next year, once I get everything that I'm getting off the ground, I'm starting a program. You know what I'm saying? I want to start a program, and I'm not ashamed. That's why I'm coming to y'all on here, because I'm not ashamed of what I went through or what I've been through no more, because I defeated I defeated that. You know what I'm saying? Look at me. I defeated it. I was never like this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not ashamed to tell nobody no more. You feel me? Because I just want best for the people that feel like they can't get out of that situation. So I want to start a program next year. And I want to teach people. I want to help people. I know I might can't work a miracle. I know I might can't get it through some people's head. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to be built for this. This shit got to be in you. It can't be on you. You got to be built for this. It's a mind thing also. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to want to do it. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to control yourself. You got to be able to fight. You got to be able to be a soldier. You know what I'm saying? To be able to even get through some shit like that. Like I said, people still on drugs to this day because they hate not having it. And the longer you have it, the longer you will be on it. But the longer you don't have it, the better you will feel each day. It don't happen overnight. It don't happen overnight. People can't do it though. I'm being honest. They cannot do it because the process takes so long. It's a long process. It really is. At least a year and a half till you feel normal. And people can't do it. So they keep doing it till they get sick, they overdose, and they die. But I defeated that. I am the purpose. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I just wanted to share that, with my 4 years and a half is coming up in May. You know what I'm saying? That I haven't popped no Percocet pills, sipped no lean. I never sipped actual lean, but we was making it out of NyQuil and stuff like that. So but 4 years and a half, I ain't did nothing. I might drink a little bit, celebrate. I be drinking a little bit sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But drinking don't make you feel nothing. Drinking is a drug too, but I don't even drink like that, you know what I'm saying? But I might take, I might celebrate, when my business is going good and stuff like that. But I know how to control everything now, and that's the main focus too, self-control. You know what I'm saying? But it's nothing like being on actual drugs. You feel what I'm saying? It'll fuck you up. So I just wanted to share that with y'all, man, because I'm not ashamed, man. And I felt like since I want to do this YouTube, man, and I just want to be able to build something, man, and let y'all know the real me. As y'all watch me do these reaction videos, man, this is the new me. You feel me? It's been the new me. You know what I'm saying? It's been 4 years and a half since I did anything. You know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful to be in this situation I am. My kids are getting older. I'm able to spend more time with them. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a better situation. I'm just living, bro. I'm great. I'm good now. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody out there, I want y'all to know that it's possible. It's possible. You can get help. Don't be ashamed to get help. Go get help. If you feel like you can't do it on your own like me, you're not me. But go get help. If you feel like you need to go to rehab, go to rehab. If you feel like you know what I'm saying, you need medication to get over that, do it. Do anything that's going to help you in the long run and keep you from losing yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Like I said, my 4 year and a half anniversary is coming up in May. I'm very appreciated, and I thank God for him giving me the opportunity to rebirth myself. You know what I'm saying? And be in this situation I'm in now, which is the best situation I ever been in my life. You feel what I'm saying? So for anybody out there that need help, don't be ashamed. Go get help. You know? And I promise you, it's gonna be the best feeling in your life. Way better than drugs. Feeling normal and being high off life and knowing that you accomplished something and knowing that your peoples love you, your mom love you, your kids, your brother love you, and they respect you for getting through that obstacle. It's amazing. You know what I'm saying? That's the best feeling that you ever can feel. So with that being said, go get help.